time y'all put out one, So I'm a big fan. Shout out to shout out to Max. Where to going to Snow at? Where she at? What's
Well,
happening?
she's at work, so I told her
Okay,
this was
okay.
guys' night.
Oh, okay,
So
guys,
so
man. Okay,
so
okay,
so
okay.
so we're gonna talk about some things. I'm trying to give him time to get home, but man, look here, I went ahead and hit the live button, so this being recorded now. So,
And
but
shout out
man,
to everybody.
yeah, shout out to everybody, man.
Yeah.
I'm glad that y'all came on the show tonight. We're gonna talk briefly on some good things, but of
Okay.
course, I gotta shout out to the Quality Life podcast.
Yeah, big up.
I got one of the hosts, my nephew, the one and only Raw T. Man, I know y'all I be hearing y'all. I be like, ooh, but man, y'all be in some. See, it's kind of like out of my league in a little bit because y'all, in y'all generation. But I get it, Doc. I get it. And man, I'll be like, woo. I said, man, I got a job I gotta go to. And they be checking Facebook. I said, I don't know. I could say those things, but hey, man, it is what it is. But I'm glad y'all bringing it up. Yeah, y'all keeping it real. I like to keep it real, But you know what? I would tell my cousin, I said, look here, man. I said, because way how life is now, it best to, I'm talking about now, is to be truthful, And I think what it is society has become so sensitive.
Yeah.
And you got to watch what you say. You got to be politically correct and all of those stuff. Well, let me help y'all out for those who gonna be listening and joining in. You don't have to be politically correct on this show. You can say whatever you need to say based on how you feel and what you think and how you view things, because there ain't no censor on here. So but I just believe, one is entitled to their opinion anyway, and no one can take that away from you. So, but with that being said, Max, what's the business deal, man? What's going on?
Well, I don't know. You tell me, man. First of all, I just want to say it's good to meet you, Rod. I know we haven't met in person, but hey, man, it's good to have you on this show. I'm really excited for tonight. So
I'm happy to be here.
Mr. J, tell us what's going on, man.
We are talking about the education system. And of course, what we briefly talked about, I just told my cousin, I said, look, man, we want to talk about, how did your parents divorce affected you in your relationship as you got older? And we're going to briefly talk about that, and I know everybody have not experienced that, but for those who have, like myself, and of course, Raw T, we can share or enlighten those who may be going to my younger kids or kids that is younger than us now and probably up in age and wonder why they can't, sometimes been through, multiple relationships based on what we have viewed growing up, hoping that, our parents, would give us that example. But nevertheless, I learned life sets in, and life always continue to flow. And we just don't know how life sometimes turns out. I just think, you go with the flow of life and make adjustments as we go. But man, look here, education system, man, look, listen what I found out today. Y'all listen to this is Fort Bend.
Okay.
ISD. They, because of the COVID now, and it's supposed to be a little bit more deadly, going around. They got most of the elementary school going back online. Not all, but most of them is going back online. And they're going back online for about a week, and then they come back, and then another school go out for a week or so. And I just think the trend is going to catch fire. And then we're going to be back like we was last year at home, again. Yeah. But I just think until they really come with a solution that is not going to put people back out of work, it's a real touchy subject, because a lot of people say they went back to work and now they may end up got to be off of work. And I think I briefly read something today with our governor. He he's putting a ban on those companies to kind of like force you to take the shot before before you can continue to be employed. I mean, of course you infringing on my freedom, you know, and I think that's why he did that, because he know it'll be a hell of a lawsuit. But what you think, Max? What do you think about that?
Well, I guess America has persevered for this many years for a reason, and which is good. We have two sides, we have, left and the right, and it's always one side is gonna be skeptical and questioning, and the other one's gonna be like, oh, you're overreacting.
Right.
But I think that's important. That's the whole point of having a healthier society, in a sense. I'm not gonna say healthy, because oftentimes it seems very toxic, and everything that we ingest throughout the day and through the media, it actually seems very toxic. But in general, it's important to have that healthy disagreement. Now, do I believe that, there is some infringement upon our rights when it comes to that? Of course, people should have their own choice.
Right.
And it should be up to you. It shouldn't be up to the officials. It shouldn't be a bunch of commercials being shoved down your throat or propaganda. It just should be your choice. Make an educated decision on yourself and for your family. That's what I think. That's and I think it should go all around. This is what I'm gonna say. Like, if whether you're my friend or not, if whether you choose to wear a mask or not, if you're my friend, I still love you.
Right.
It's your choice.
In spite of, correct.
In spite of, I understand that's your choice. That doesn't make you less of a person. I'm not holding nothing against you. It's your choice. That's all right. Do I have my opinion on it? Sure, I do. Of course, unless it's an N95 mask. Most of these masks that you get anywhere else, it says pretty much on the packaging, on a label, it's not going to protect you from virus.
Correct.
Virus. It might stop few kind of droplets, but it's not going to prevent you from spreading it around. And this is what I was going to mention. Most people, I think, wear these masks just as a safety crutch. And this is just psychological. This is what I'm talking about, how psychologically people are affected. When you put on a mask, a lot of people just kind of feel maybe safer, but that's just mentally, because in reality, that doesn't prevent them from spreading it to others, and doesn't people who don't wear a mask spreading it to them. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword in a sense, but it's all about like psychology of people and how they're like affected what they think it is. So
right.
That's kind of what I see it.
I agree.
Ron, what you think?
I agree. Hitting with your point about the schools, how are they choosing who's going to be in school and who's not, and why not just be virtual anyway? Because that's what we was doing last year. If this, because now they're talking about the Delta is more transmissible through kids spreading to each other and it's more dangerous. Why are y'all going to have all these kids together? It really doesn't make sense to me. And I agree with everything Max and Megan just said about the mask and all of that. I wear it, you know what I mean, because I'm kind of used to it. But like at work, when I go to work, but like
correct.
Like you said, like you said, it says on the block on the packaging, it's not going to stop the spread. It's just really more to make psychologically make everybody around you feel safe, and I believe that, because a lot of people have gotten on me when I had it like
under your nose,
under my nose. So put it above your butt, your nose, and I'm like, okay, but it's like it just seems like it's they're trying to see how far they can go, with this control thing. In my opinion,
that's that's the whole. I guess the whole, the point of seeing how far we can go to control the masses of people. And one thing I've learned through history is that once you strike fear into the public, that means now we got you. Now we can't control you. Because the first time it broke out, as you know, the media helped it pushed it out there, people began to panic. You mean to tell me a flu-like symptoms made you go and buy all the toilet paper?
Yeah.
You know, and all the hand sanitizer. You mean to tell me you should have been washing your hands and washing your hands anyway?
Yeah.
Before it broke out.
Yeah.
So, you know, it kind of leads me to believe that, you know, I just think once we really realize, I guess the general population realize that, hey, man, we are being actually controlled by those who are in authority and those who have power with money. And I think once that, you know, people start to really get the understanding of that, they can really say, you know what, this is so right, because this don't even make sense to me. You know, like you said, the packages tell us, you know, and you know, the school district, they kind of mandated us back to start wearing masks and the students, and you still have those students gets on the bus with no mask. Okay. Of course, their parents like, hey, you don't got to wear the mask, you know, and they listen to their parents. Hey, all that I can just say, hey, you have your mask? They say, I don't have it. I can't do. Because guess what? I'm supposed to take them to school anyway. I can't deny them a ride on the bus. So guess what? Get on the bus. Just go to the back of the bus. That's all you got to do. That's it. You know, and I, you know, now, you know, but you got people, you can't do it. You need to get off the bus. I'm not doing none of that stuff. You know, because why? It's not my right to infringe on your freedom. Exactly. I don't have that right to do that. Exactly. You know, I'll give you a good example. Even God himself, that's why he put the tree in the Garden of Eden to give Adam that choice.
First
Adam,
choice.
You choose. Right. That was the tree represent. The tree represented a choice. Like, hey, look, I'm just letting you know, you eat, this was going to happen. You know, and he made that choice. You know, and there you go. You know,
he did.
He made that choice. We lost Max. I don't know what happened to her.
What happened to Max?
I don't know what happened to her. I don't know. I got to send another invite to her.
Invite.
I guess I must send another invite. Hold on, Rob. I don't know what happened, man. He just phased right on out.
He said he was having technical difficulties earlier.
Yeah, I know. So, but I'm gonna send him another link. So,
well, while you sending that, can I just tell her experience about growing up with you as my aunt? You know, while you doing that?
Yes, sir. Go ahead, man.
I guess we'll get into that later about like you said, divorce and how that affects you and all that.
Right. Because I know it affects me. It affects
me too.
Real bad.
You know, but like maybe not divorce, but like not growing up with both my parents. You know,
right.
You know that. So, you know, when I was coming up, I got you and I got two other unks. You know what I mean? And,
yeah.
You know, I had one. You know, one of my unks. He wasn't really around like that because you know he was always working and and
military guy. No,
military. Yeah. The other unc, he was there. You know, but like, and he was cool. You know, like shout out to my unc. You know who you are. Yeah. Yo, but look, I tell you this, man. You know, whenever I saw my Uncle Jason, I was like, man, hey, he cool cat daddy. You know what I mean? Like, man, yeah. You know, when you talk about, I remember you told me you played with Larry Johnson. I'm like, for real? You played, grandmama? And you was like, yeah, man, we played together. I was like, oh,
Max is back, y'all. Max is back.
I'm sorry. I had to interrupt me again. I was like, what's going on tonight? What's going on, man? I probably missed something good. I need to rewatch this.
I was telling the story about
Yeah, he was telling a story. Go ahead, Rob.
You know, man, Uncle Jason was my cool uncle. You know what I mean? I love all my other ones. You know, but he was fly. You know, and it still is. You know what I mean? You know, the story that always sticks with me is every time I heard my grandma say plug.
No, man, you're not supposed to say that. You're not supposed to. Nobody knows that nickname.
I had to do it.
Oh man, I ain't heard that.
I had to, man. You know, because as everybody know,
that was mama. Yeah, that was mama.
Yeah, Uncle Jason mom, my grandma passed away, at 19, and that really we was like this, she called me Roy, but like the way she said it, nobody ever calls me like that, and I'll never get that again. But the way she said Uncle Jason when she called him Plug, I'll never forget that, and it just growing up, with I always wanted to see, when was Uncle Jason gonna be here? You know what I mean? I would always follow him around and all that, and
I used to come get you and
my brother, you did. Remember you stayed like right down the street from us.
I come, you play dominoes and all that good stuff. So I just I just think when absent father and you got uncles, we supposed to be involved. I used to tell a story, and you probably won't remember this, but you probably would. And I remember I was talking to your mom about you playing football. And of course I had little connections back then, and I know you you was playing tight end at Sharpstown. And I know I was like, man, this boy here can throw and catch. I said, and I'm talking to your mom. I'm like, you better let this boy play. Well, I don't want him to get hurt and all that. I said, oh God. I said, look, let me manage. Let me be the manager.
Yeah.
Your mama would not be in at all.
It wasn't happening.
She would not be in at all. I said, boy, I said, you would have been a millionaire by now.
Honestly, looking back on it, as I've gotten older, man, that's I loved it. Boy, I love football. But that's a violent game. You're right. I probably, man, I loved it. But
and I know you because I know you wanted to go to UT, but I was like, man, because I had other connections, more Midwest. Yeah. But man, I was like, I was hoping, man. I was hoping.
I know, man. I know. I was hoping. Shout out to Baba T, man. But she wasn't having it, and looking back, it probably was the right decision, huh? You know what I mean? It probably was. It probably was.
Yeah, because I always tell this with my cousin. He always said, "Hey man, what do you think it would have been like if we would have made it to the NBA?" I said, "Man, I probably can't tell you, but traveling from different cities, and of course you got different women, and we would probably be just like them, paying child support for about like 5 different kids and all that other stuff."
You know, like Scottie Pippen up.
I'm like, man, but I look at that in that kind of way, and I'm like, God was like, no, I can't have y'all to get caught up like that, and I'm not saying that would have totally happened, but if you know yourself when you're young, and of course I love the ladies and all this other stuff. Back then, when I was younger, hey, I just, it was what it is, as the young folks said now, and I didn't, even though I used protection, that's why I didn't have my baby till I was 50 years old. That one thing mom said, hey, make sure you strap up, son.
Grandma told you that?
Grandma said, strap up. She said, I don't care what the hell. It. She said, strap up, put 2 of them on. I said, my baby, no circulation. What's going on? I was like, But I one thing I did listen to the elders, and a lot of them say, man, it's not worth a lot of stuff that I would see the other guys would do. They say it's not worth it, And like I said, man, growing up, Max, I think my mom and dad, they got divorced. I was like 12 years old. So, at 12 years old, you still need the value of both parents, regardless. And especially you living in the hood. Everybody knows South Park. Living in the hood, you need to have both parents. Yeah. And I think that's why, most of us, stay out of trouble, because we have both parents there. Now, of course, my dad has struck enough fear in us, even after he left, like 12. I was still afraid to get in trouble. That's just how it was, And I think at time went on, I didn't even want to take a risk in getting in no relationship because I'm looking at my wife. I said, how in the world y'all together for 20 some odd years? And y'all decided y'all just want to call it quits. I ain't never heard of nothing like that before. So that was kind of like, I wouldn't allow a person to get too close to me. You know, if I see them like getting way too close, I'm like, oh no, it's time for you to go. No, bye. You know, and I think I didn't want to deal with that hurt like both my parents did. Because Rod, you probably don't know, because I think I told Max, I said, Rod, I don't think you didn't know that I asked Mom, I said, you know, why you and Dad got divorced. She said, oh, he was a great father, but a lousy husband.
I saw that episode. I watched all your episodes.
All right. And then the flip part about it, when I asked Dad, he said, I remember I was in a conference in Waco, and your mom came up there, and your mom asked me, hey, let's get back together. And my dad turned her down. He said no.
I didn't know that. Wow.
See, you didn't hear that part.
Yeah.
See,
I didn't. When I heard that for the first time, I was like, what? Wow.
Yeah. And you know, and the crazy part about it is that I'm gonna tell you something about one of the 7 deadly sins. One of the 7 deadly sins that actually I thought that kind of like rushed my dad death was his pride. Now take note, that pride got to him, and got the best of him. And he said, I wish I would have took your mama back. Well, Dad, it's too late. It was too late. You know, Mom had, you know, after you turned her down, and, you know, she basically is like, okay, that's it. Yeah. You know.
Did she tell you when she did that?
Yeah. You know, when I was married to Barbara.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It was.
Oh, wow. Okay. So
yeah,
that was
93. Yeah, 93. 93. Wow. He told me. We was right in front of the house. And we were leaning in the back of his truck, and he told me, he said, that was the worst mistake. He said that was the worst regret. Let me get the words right. He said the worst regret that I ever made in life, I should have took your mom back. He said, because I have grown. I understand now. Well, you know, you had to go through some stuff, you know, and I just believe my dad went through some stuff after he had got married to, I forgot that woman's name. And
the last one or the second one?
Not the last one, the second one.
The second one.
Okay. The tall, light-skinned lady. Her son used to smoke weed all the time, trying to get me to smoke with him. I said, man, nobody smoking no weed with you, man. He always trying to get me to smoke weed with him. I'm like, man, you ain't gonna get me in trouble. My dad to beat the hell out of me. He about to do that. And so I'll go back and tell my daddy, he'll go back and tell his wife, which was her son, and there's the fallout, you know, because, you know, you can't tell another woman about their son, you know, and, you know, shoot, before you know it, they arguing back and forth, and it was a lot. It's just crazy, but it was just, for me, Rob, when I heard that from both mom and dad, it kind of like pulled me back in the sense of not like trusting, you know, all the relationships that I was in. So until I met Snow, so, you know, and of course she blessed me with Jana, you know. So I just learned, you know, over a great deal, like, man, you know, you can't allow pride to get in the way. You can't allow certain attributes that is going to hold you back from being happy, you know. Max, what you think about that? About, you know, divorce? I'm gonna get to you, Rod, in a few minutes, because I know you got a good story to share. But Max, what you think about that? Because I know we briefly said something about it today, but tell me what your views on it.
I think that it's very important for a healthy child development and for the kids to kind of, I guess they need to have both halves in their life, because if you don't have one, you're lacking something. You're going to tend to lack that, whatever it is in your life, and you're going to tend to seek out that in the other people, you know. So it's very important for healthy development, you know, of kids to have both parents involved and take care of them and show them love and care and all those things that kids deserve, you know. And
Correct.
I can
Correct.
honestly think that divorce, it's unfortunate, but it happens. I think oftentimes people stay in relationships for their kids, you know. They kind of put their happiness on hold until their kids are maybe older enough.
But is that fair?
Is that fair? I don't know the right answer to that. I cannot say, because I think every situation is different. So I'm not gonna tell you like, hey, no, you should do this or do that. I don't know your situation. Every situation is different, I think.
Correct.
It depends. Sometimes people come to a mutual understanding, and that's all right. And they still are involved completely. There's some people that just fall out. Sometimes the man just leaves or the woman just leaves, and the other one is just left with the child, you know, to raise them by themselves. And they don't necessarily know everything. There's no particular manual on how to raise a child properly, how to be a father figure and a mother figure, you know. And no matter what people say, you need to have both of those parents, because mom can only be a mom. She can do a lot of things, but she cannot bring all those things that dad can bring into the relationship, and vice versa. So that's kind of my take on it. A divorce is like unfortunate in a sense now, because I mean I'm not a really big fan of the marriage. I think everybody.
Come on.
Look, man. Look. This is the thing. I just speak based on facts. There's like there's over 50% chance that people that get married today are gonna get divorced. So
now you know our little niece, because she, little niece supposed to get married. The cousins, her son, his daughter in California. So go ahead, Max. Go ahead.
But this is the thing, though. I think if you do want to get married, I think people should be very serious about it, but they should know themselves very well, because this is the thing, though, and this is kind of how I see it. Let's say I want to go to the store. I want to buy a shirt. So I'm like, what, medium, small? And what am I going to expect? That every single person that comes in there is going to be medium, small?
Correct.
Right. Them. I mean, we're all different. It's okay to live with your significant other and not be married. I just don't like the fact how people are brainwash us, and brainwash particularly females into thinking that to live up that the marriage is everything. And there's like so many women who desperately stay in a marriage simply because their parents or their upbringing tells them to, marriage is the most important thing, and if you get divorced, you fail as a person, and everything else.
Right.
I don't like
that's brainwashing when you say stuff like that. Yes,
that's very brainwashing. I don't agree with that. Look, if you go out there and you truly want to do that, make a commitment and do it in that way, and you have somebody who does that, okay, then do it, but honor that commitment. Now, if you don't necessarily believe in it, don't force yourself into something because somebody else wants it or somebody else is pushing it. Just stand your ground and try to find a mutual kind of agreement, kind of mutual neutral stand on that, in a sense.
You know what? Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Well, I mean, because you brought up a good point with making that decision, because I'm like, this is what I learned over the years. For me, I'm talking about me personally. Mm-hmm. I'm never going to make a promise that I can't keep. I'm not. I'm not going to do it.
Yes.
Let me tell you something. When I was younger, I did it and broke promises.
Yeah.
So it lets me know that it don't even do no good to even try to make a promise. You like, maybe stuff going to happen that you may have to break it. So if I'm not sure that I can keep this promise, I'm not going to even make it. Mm. So people go into marriages, right? They make these promises like, forever and all this other stuff, and then stuff happens, and they forget about the forever that they said or the promise that they said, and then they go back on it. So the best is just, I don't think this for me, and and just cut it, just keep it moving.
To me, I'm against it. I'm against it simply because it's brainwashing to the point that where people don't even realize that they're brainwashed. Like so many females, let's say, I believe I've heard a couple of times on the news that when they say when a female dies, they're like, oh, she could have been a great mother and a wife. I'm like, why? She could have been a doctor, a scientist,
right, astronaut, whatever. Yeah.
Those initial things that they immediately bring up.
Now, my thing, where did that come from? Where did that concept? Is it Rome or is it just in general? I think just the upbringing, and
brainwashing kind of thing.
Brainwashing. Come on, Rod. Tell me about your experience. Being a divorce, son and all the,
Yeah. I actually agree with both of y'all. I grew up with just my mom, and
right.
Looking back on it, like just having my mom and like already being at a disadvantage, but like having her as my mom, that's
right.
Like, she taught me a lot of she taught me hard work, discipline,
right,
the grind, consistency, going to work every day, even if you don't feel like it, So I feel like I got lucky with being already at disadvantage, but like the type of woman that she was,
right,
that helped me. But like, it really did something within me. Was like, if I ever did get married, because I've never been married, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And, if I ever did go through with it, I'm gonna do everything within my power to keep us together,
Right.
And like you say, I wouldn't make a promise that I couldn't keep. So if I did do it, I take marriage very seriously. If I was to do it,
right.
I don't believe in, divorce is a part of the time, because like you said, it's over 50% of them happen nowadays. So I couldn't possibly get married and not think of, okay, this might end the divorce. Right.
Right.
But that's why, the woman that I would marry will be vetted thoroughly, and
correct.
So then, because everything you do in life, it has risk. That's just what it is. So I would take the best risk if I was to get married and do that. And have a family, because like I think that's the most important decision, other than in my opinion, serving the Most High, serving God. After that, is who you marry.
Right.
Who you have kids with, who you tie yourself to for the because like like you have kids, so like you always gonna be tied to Jana's mom,
right? Regardless.
Yeah. So so I can assume that you did your vetting when you did that, and you made the decision that was very.
And you know what? It's funny that you brought that up, because the conversation was, I don't want to have no kids. That I said, and we both agree was we both agree was like, I'm past 35, because I said if I don't have no kids, if I don't have no kids by the time I was 35, that's it. Well, I met your mom when I was 40 something, like 46, 47. Wow.
So like the cars,
so and we were like, I'm diabetic, whatever. And I'm like, man, I'm shooting blanks. Hey, my doctor even told me your T count is so low. He said, man, you look like a dwarf. That so all that old stuff. Man. Yeah. And look here, man. Let me tell you something. Let me tell y'all, y'all ain't 50 yet. When you reach 50, ED is gonna set in. So
it's gonna happen up.
It's gonna happen.
Oh man, I think I'm close to the max. I'm 10 years away.
ED is gonna set in. So I'm just letting y'all know, because look, the same conversation that I'm having with y'all now. Look, a couple of firemen had that with me 15 years ago. Man, you talking that stuff now? Watch when you get our age. And I'm like, man, you crazy. I'm an athlete. No, Yeah, go ahead. Keep thinking. Sure enough, that doctor said, Mr. T, we looked at your blood work. Your T count is low. So it lets me know that, hey man, when nature decide they want to do, it's time for you to shut it down, that's what it is.
It's gonna be shut down.
Yeah. But I would say this: when God said, I have an ace up my sleeve.
Yeah.
I need to play this hand. and it's going to be a good hand. And because I got a purpose and plan, and bam, here comes Jana. Jana Grace. So, you know, and the crazy part about, you know, I always wanted kids of my own, but I was like, I'm up in age, and sure enough, you know, here comes Snow. You know, no idea. We were just, you know,
out of nowhere,
out of nowhere. You know, we was, you know, considered dating, but we were just like hanging out, real good friends. You know. And of course, I got close to her. She got close to me and stuff like that. But the crazy part about it is she didn't even know she was pregnant until like what, 8 months? Because she didn't even show.
Wow.
And the crazy one, because she was still getting her cycle every month. That was crazy, right there.
That is crazy. Wow.
You know, so I knew there had to be a number of God. That's straight spiritual.
Man, when that like, was that Abraham? You know what I'm saying?
Talking about Sarah and Abraham.
Sarah
said she was too old to bear a child, and she chuckled and she told Abraham, "You know I'm too old. Take my handmaid to have." I think I can't remember her name, and she had Isaac. And the crazy part about her, I heard this story one time. This bishop he had talked about it. He said Sarah got jealous because Abraham was spending those off nights with her, and told Abraham, put her out and her child. I need you to send her out of here because I can't take you keep going over to her room at night, spending off nights with her and her son. So he had to hearken unto her voice, and he had to put her out. So, you know, and, you know, that's the story goes, you know. But, you know, that's why I always said the God of Isaac, Jacob, and, you know, and, you know, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So, you know, it's, of course, call him the father of faith, because he believed that if I go sacrifice my son, Isaac, you know, because God told me to do it, and bam, sure enough, God stopped him. And that's why he's called father of faith. But it's crazy to me, man. It's like, you know, 12 years old, you know, not seeing your parents, you know, in the house together. We used to, you know, do stuff together. And for me, you know, I took it personally. You know, Rod, you might not know this, but I guarantee you talk to your rest of uncles and your aunts. I guarantee you, if you ask them the question, how do you feel about mom and dad getting divorced? They might not come out and tell you like what I'm talking about, how I'm talking about it. They're gonna say, "Well, I really never thought about it, but I didn't like it." Yeah. Because we used to do stuff together, like all of us, and all of a sudden that goes, you know, you know. And mom, you know, dad was real strict, and he was real strict on education, and then mom was like the backbone of the family. She kept everything tight, man. You know, she kept everything, you know, in order. You know, that's why I was telling Max. I said, man, I don't remember eating no candy, and we had to sneak and do that because our snack was either apple, orange, or banana before dinner. If we wanted a snack, we couldn't eat no cookies. We couldn't eat none of that stuff.
But they wasn't having it, huh?
No, my mom wasn't having that stuff, man. We couldn't eat none of that stuff, especially granddad. I don't think got a chance to. No, you don't got a chance to meet granddad. I was like, dad, my your granddad, dad. I was like 7 years old when he passed. But man, I tell you, you know, he was the same way, but you know, he was a disciplinary. You know, I just believe, you know, today's family have, like, they forgot. They just multiply and not be fruitful. At all. We just multiply. But nobody don't want to teach their kids what's right and what's wrong.
It's true.
At all. They don't want to teach them about love. They don't want to teach about kindness. They don't want to teach them about respect. None of that stuff. I taught the kid. Right. They, you know, you don't teach the kids to say yes, ma'am, no, sir, no more. What is that? I ain't know. You answer, yeah. What do you want? What kind of stuff is that?
Right.
I'm not used to hearing, other kids, they may used to hear, but man, I'm used to hearing a response, yes, sir, or no, sir, or yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, But like I said, things is different now.
Yeah. If I could speak on my grandma and granddad's divorce, I wish that wouldn't have happened, because like you said, like I said, I knew my grandma, like we was like this.
Right.
And but only time I remember my granddad was at his funeral, and
right.
I would have loved to have talked to him and gotten to know him, and I wish that I would have seen them two in the same house together, growing up, because I was, when I was coming up, me and my brother, we would always be at grandma's house, always,
all the time,
all the time on the weekends,
Yeah, I remember that.
It just I wish it would have played out like that,
Yeah, and I think what it was is I talked to him, it was just more pride. And I think the pride got the best of my dad. Of course, that's one of the 7 deadly sins. When we allow pride to get in the way, and that's why I always say, you know what, I just have to make it work. Believe me, Max. Snow is, she's something else. She's a strong woman, but man, I tell you, she is really outspoken. She's going to speak her mind, and whether she's right or wrong, she gonna speak what she feel.
She on my Facebook, man. Yeah, every time I see her post something, I'm like, wow. Dang, man. Shout out to her though, man.
Yeah. She. But you know what? I'm telling you what, she did have taught me patience. She taught me how to kind of overlook a lot of stuff, that I used to be considered. Man, look at if she would call me in my 20s, I told her I've been gone. It would have been no question, hands down. I've been like, bye, girl. I ain't got time for all that. But I think as older you get and you start looking at the bigger picture. Cause man, life is tricky, man. Life is really tricky. And
what's gonna throw at you, huh?
Yeah, I just think, when you said genuine love, in spite of, that's when you said person is in spite of your faults, your disappointment, stuff like that, and you constantly, growing, you actually growing spiritually. And so of course it's going to be a battle. It's going to be a struggle. Because we always war against ourselves, our flesh man. But man, I tell you, it took me a while before I even got back in a relationship. Because I'm like, man, I ain't about to get in no relationship. Forget this. I'm not about to do that. So no, and it happened, and and I didn't know, honestly, I would tell you, I didn't know God was going to put this on me like that, but he did it, and what can I do? I just say, okay, God, I just deal with the challenge and make some adjustments, and and it is what it is today, and I love it, I love it, man. I love to see that little girl grow up, screaming daddy and all that other stuff.
Yeah. That's what it's about, huh?
Yeah, that's all what it's about. And I think what it is that, we talking now, but I guarantee you, whoever tunes in, they, I never looked at it or experienced it or heard it that way, put in a sense, because I guarantee you a couple of things probably had happened. Lack of communication, and no one wasn't quick to forgive. I guarantee you those two things. You talk to any couple, I guarantee you, even if they chime in later on comments, I guarantee you, if they would have communicated more and been quick to forgive each other, a lot of couples would be still together. I guarantee you that. But
I'm at that age where I'm like, I'm patient and understanding, man. But at the same time, I don't mind pulling over on the side of the highway and leaving your ass in the middle of the rainstorm. I'm just saying. Trust me, I'm a very patient, caring man, but you don't want to test me. I'm not afraid to go there and just do it.
Right. Well,
hey,
sometimes you have to.
And it's about it's about respect and communication.
Respect.
But if you're not willing to do that to me, or you know, having to, you know, have that communication with me, I don't want to do nothing with you. I don't got time for that. Like, I don't like people wasting my time.
I agree.
I don't like some small things that lead nowhere or nothing, man.
Correct.
I don't like that. I don't
and
like that,
it's annoying.
You know?
It's annoying.
Like this. I like to go and sleep on a pillow knowing I don't have nobody telling me nothing, asking me nothing, expecting nothing from me. I like that. It feels good, man. It feels good.
You know what? Now see, you see how he rubbing it. Hey,
I agree with Max.
Rod, you see how he rubbing it in? Because he already know when he comes over here, look, that's all he.
Peace and quiet.
That's all he hears snow.
I'm with, man.
Baby,
I'm with.
can you do, baby?
I'm with Max. I'm with him, man. Like, look, it's, you know, to sleep all across the bed like this. You know what I mean? You got to do that. Hey, man. I'm with you, Max. I feel it, man. You know,
I don't like nobody like laying on my side, having my shoulders go around, and I have to wake up and do all these little geriatrics to get my hand out of it to go to the restroom or something. Man, it's just too much work.
Y'all terrible.
Hey, you know, to be fair though, you know, I agree with Max. It's definitely hard for me to get my trust because it's like, you know, because trust and communication and respect is, you know, I believe those are very important in a relationship, whatever, especially a lifelong relationship. If you ain't got that, okay, you know, if I don't even see that, I'm not even gonna waste my time with you, like Max said. You know, I like being single. I like having my peace of quiet, just like Max said. I like that.
Exactly.
You know, I like hey, man. But like, you know, I can see I got one in me. I'm gonna keep it real. I tell my boy the Don Dada this all the time. You know what I mean? Shout out to him. But I got one in me. You know, and you know, hey, you know, she might. I know she gonna come out. She gonna come out the left field like Snow did for you, You know what I'm saying? But after that, hey man, I don't know. Yeah, I'm cool with being a bachelor. I'm cool with that. You know?
And believe me, you know, enjoy it. And look, don't be rushing it. Hey,
you ain't gotta tell me twice.
Well, I'll put it like this here. Like the women be picking choices, choices.
Yeah.
Definitely. You know,
you
know, because they will tell you in a minute, like, now, oh man, man, you just have just a regular conversation. Well, I want somebody who's gonna take care of me and this and he got to have his own. I'm like, what are you? I said, are you listening to yourself? Right, you know, and well, you know, even with that Max, they be like, well, I need him to be up in my standard. What do you mean standard of what? This is, I said, if you call a regular, just getting a house, car, have a 6-figure paying job that you are successful, you must be living on cloud 9 somewhere because that's not. Look, life still sets in because guess what happened if you get sick and you can't go to work and them bill collectors start knocking on your door because you can't make no more income.
Yeah.
See, people don't be thinking about stuff like that. So it's like, okay, if you have someone who really truly loves you and something like that happened, just know they're going to take care of you regardless. That's it. Because they love you.
I think that's really important, like for everybody, and that's something I think I wish for everybody. And I think honestly, even as men, we are very simple to that point because we want to be loved.
Right.
We deserve to be loved, man. Like
we deserve it. Say it right, Max. Deserve it. You are so correct.
We deserve it. We as men, we deserve to be loved. And unfortunately, the society puts a price on us that we're only loved up to how much we can provide.
We can provide. Boy, that's a shame. Right. Now you know that's a shame. But that's how they've been taught. That's
how it is. But like that, you know, as men, you know, we have feelings too. We want somebody who's gonna love us for us, who's gonna be there for us. You know, kind of have that person, you know, who's gonna understand you for you and love you for you.
Correct.
And I think
you're so correct.
Everybody deserves that, you know, but it's difficult to find, particularly in this world and in this time that we live in. But however, I think same way, you know, that happened to Jay, that he he met snow, and that's pretty special, I think, with faith, I think God gives you exactly what you need when you need it.
Right.
And that's what I think, and it's all about the timing. It's not necessarily about our timing, but his timing, because his timing is always different,
Right.
Yeah.
Correct.
But
You're so
it's
correct.
important. It's not necessarily when we think we're ready, but it's like when he thinks you're ready, he's gonna give it to you, and you better be ready for it.
Yeah, and well, that's all you can be. And I think I wouldn't even like. That's why some of the nurses, they were looking at me like, "You kind of up in age. Do you have?" Well, I guess it's God timing. I guess God figured out I'm ready now. And this is what it is. And I was like, it wasn't like I was in the fast lane. I was done with the fast lane. Fast lane shut down. I'm in the detour lane, and you're going slow over the bump. I'm slow boogie now. But I just thank God for the growth. That's the spiritual growth for me. But come on, Rob, close us out with something, man. So then I can close us out. We down almost.
I appreciate y'all being y'all having me on the show, and you I got a lot more time kind of freed up. So I would you let me know if y'all whenever you want me to come on. I appreciate. I check y'all out every time you drop something. I'm subscribed. Even though I'm subscribed, Uncle always send me something in messages, send me the show. And like, cause you did that today with what y'all did yesterday. I had already peeped it.
Did you? Yeah, that's right. You did comment. That's right.
I commented. That was me. So hey, I'm with y'all. Y'all keep going. And
man,
I'm always check y'all out, man. Y'all keep doing y'all thing.
Push us, man. Push us out there. Man, I'm glad that you came on tonight, man. I would you have met the other dude, like I said, we met in college, man. Find out we cousins. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's another show right there. But man, look, I'm glad that y'all came out tonight, man. And we had a good talk. And for those who is going to be watching and viewing, I hope you was moved by what we talked about. If you got comments, just shoot us a comment. And you got any questions, just shoot us a question. In the next show, we'll try to do our best to answer. Max, what you got?
Well, first of all, I just want to say, Rod, thank you for joining us. You were awesome. Like, I really enjoyed this conversation that we had, these discussions. I think you're like an excellent addition to our show. So thank you for joining us and being with us tonight. So I guess the closing comments is I'm just going to take to heart what Jay's mama said, because I feel like my boys are strong. So I can't be going out there loose, man.
We're too old.
I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna do what I need to do.
All right.
That's funny, man.
All right, y'all. All right, we signing out. Thank y'all for joining the Very Opinionated Show. This is your boy, the I Am Jay, signing out. Y'all have a good night.
All right. Good night, everybody. Peace.
Peace out.